Hey, if you haven't guessed by the thumbnail, I went to Japan for a week, and I probably took my best pictures yet. Okay, maybe not the best pictures, but I like a lot of them that I took.
That's very unoriginal.
So when we planned this trip, as someone who's like deathly afraid of flying, it took a lot of mental gymnastics to actually wrap my head around a 14-hour flight. But I found that thinking of the destination helped me a ton with keeping me grounded with planes and all that fun stuff. On this trip, I took my Leica M6 with a 35mm Voigtlander f1.4 and my Contax T2. I mostly used the Leica for color and the Contax T2 for black and white. I do love both my cameras, but might be a hot take, I think the Contax T2, though it'll one day die on me, it's probably the best camera I have ever used and really gets the pictures to come out beautifully. We landed in Narita, and after picking up our JR rail passes and figuring out our Suica cards, we took that Narita Express to Karagazaka, where we were staying for the week. It was 6 p.m. when we finally got there, and we were all dead tired. So we didn't really want to do anything. We searched up our nearest 7-Eleven and we walked a minute over, and that was our dinner. You know, we got some egg salad sandwiches, some onigiri, anything and everything because we were just starving. And then we just knocked out as soon as we finished that. I think I knocked out around 8 p.m. I was done. For day one, here's the game plan. Made by Yusra, whom I love very, very much. We get breakfast at 7-Eleven, the egg salad sandwich, to die for. We learn the subway system. We go to Tokyo Tower, Mori Art Museum, Harajuku Street, and ramen for dinner. When we're going towards the Tokyo Tower, they did find a seesaw. Sadly, no one weighs as much as me, so I couldn't ride it. I did see this couple taking their wedding pictures in the park. I don't think these are great pictures, but I'll forgive myself since they were my first pictures in Japan.
There we go.
After that, we made our way to the Mori Art Museum. Going to art exhibits in brand new places is something that you kind of have to do, and something that me and Yusra have made like a ritual of sorts. We always go to new museums when we're in new places. Might be an unpopular opinion, but I really do like contemporary art. I feel like it means different things to different people, and I really enjoy finding that meaning or trying to see why the artist created what they did, even though it might mean nothing sometimes. After that, we made our way towards Harajuku Street. In one of the side streets, I did see a Hasselblad store. Sadly, it was closed. I do own a 500C, which you can probably see behind me. But one day I will own an X-Pan. Maybe, I hope. I don't know if I really like it that much, but I just want to own it just to own it. Being in Harajuku Street, it was like a mosh pit of sorts. You're just trying not to run into people. There's so many people there and so many different types of food. It's crazy.
Coffee? Go to the cat.
Let me tell you, this boba, such a weird experience. The boba was like hot, like the black balls were hot, right? But the drink was cold. It was such a weird experience. I don't know, I probably suck at explaining it, but it was great. I don't know, it was a good taste. It was a good taste. Yusra and I went off from her brother's because she wanted to get some cotton candy that was bigger than her head. She didn't finish it, but she rated it a 10 out of 10. Later on in the day, we did have a plan to go to this halal ramen shop that had this spicy fried chicken ramen. So we headed on to Ibisu. I did pop some CineStill in my Leica and tried to get those reds to pop, but I think I did a pretty bad job of it. Or they scanned pretty bad, who knows. I did take this picture on the T2 and use Delta 3200. It's probably one of my favorite pictures I took. It feels like a lonely picture, if that makes sense.
I want to get more food at Harajuku.
Oh, we're looking at us.
Wait, why?
For day 2, the plan was Team Labs, Reissue Cafe, Park with Meiji Shrine in Harajuku, Kitamura Film Drop-Off, Shibuya Crossing, and Shibuya Sky.
Going down.
Team Labs was probably one of my favorite things we did. It was just so visually stimulating and it felt somewhat physically nice. Sorry, no free feet pics. Y'all gotta Venmo me or buy me film. That's how this works.
Yeah, right here.
After almost tearing my ACL on the beanbag walkthrough, we went to this hall with dangling lights and some very cool sounds. We did have to roll our pants up and walk through this warm water. It was nice in the moment, but in hindsight, it was like being in a big pool of foot juice. I know some people would like that, but it's not my thing. After team labs, we walked towards the train station. Some cherry blossoms were starting to bloom and we really wanted to see them. Being on this pier, I really enjoyed the breeze there and even the pictures. I find these pictures tell a story. I haven't figured out that story yet, but I think it might be a good one. We walked towards Ryushu Cafe where they make 3D foam images on coffee. Probably the best coffee I had on the whole trip. I do think it's one of my favorite ones. The train moving, the woman just standing there waiting. I think I also framed it pretty nicely, which I tend not to do. I think it was a hit for me.
Oh, what are you shooting?
I'm just taking a picture.
We ended up going to another part of the park to see the soon-to-be bloomed cherry blossoms. After that, me and Taaha saw that Kitamura camera was a short walk. We wanted to drop off some film to see how it'd come out. Most of our color film you've seen and will see ahead are from Kitamura. Another photographer, Yusuke Nagata, told me to go to them. They do really quick developing. I'm talking 2 to 3 hours for color. Black and white takes maybe a month. But their standard scans are not the best. Maybe use them just for developing and get higher scans if you do go to them.
What's she doing?
We went through Shibuya and I did take some more pictures that I liked. We ended up going to the Shibuya Sky where you can see most of Tokyo. Then retire. The view.
It's just our feet. Free feet pics, shoe pics. Teehee.
They did have this light show on top and I just took a picture of it on Delta 3200. And being up there and seeing so much life just makes you think some existential thoughts.
I don't get it. The world doesn't make any sense, but we're here. We'll do a video.
We did walk around Shibuya a little bit more afterwards, and it's entirely different after like 9 p.m. I really wish I stayed out one night when I was there just so I can take pictures of the Tokyo nightlife and everything that I saw. Day 3, the plan was Kyoto. Starting off the day with a fresh 7-Eleven coffee and then figuring out how to get Kyoto bullet train tickets with our JR rail passes. After some confusing moments, we finally got on the train for 2 hours where we enjoyed the views, and yes, I was still reading this book. I am a horribly slow reader. Hopping onto the taxi, we made our way to Higashiyama. Seeing the cultural capital of Japan really did put into perspective the difference between Tokyo and Kyoto. We did stop by and get some cold brew from Kyoto Coffee. Fun fact, cold brew was actually made in Kyoto in the 1600s. And as a coffee lover, this was kind of like a bucket list item I needed to do. We went to Kiyomizudera Temple and I think I took really good pictures here. I do look for affection when I'm taking pictures since I am working on this film poetry book, and I think this picture is 100% going in there. We went to Arashiyama afterwards, and I do think this place is one of the most surreal places I have ever seen in my life. The mountains, the water, the boat, everything kind of felt perfect.
I'm just Yeah, I don't.
After we kind of got lost a little bit, we finally made our way to the bamboo forest right before the rain hit. Just take a moment to hear everything going on. It's amazing. There was one more shrine we were gonna visit, but right before the trip I fractured my tibia plateau, which unfortunate. So Yusra's brothers went ahead while me and Yusra kind of sat in a Starbucks there. Really grateful for her for staying with me because I didn't really want to be alone.
Are you hungry?
We got back on a train to Tokyo, and that was our day 3. For day 4, the plan was film, drop off, and pick up. We walk around mostly, take pictures, thrifting, chill day mostly, and Shimokitazawa. Me and my boyfriend Taaha made our way to Shibuya to pick up and drop off some film this morning. We kind of used this morning to take more pictures around us since it was just us two spending quality time together. After a bit more walking and trying to find something to eat, we found an all-you-can-eat Pakistani spot where the food was just phenomenal. Talked to the uncle who ran the shop, and he's been in Japan for 29 years. He even gave us chai in the house that he told us was imported right from Pakistan.
You know what I did? I just go search food near me.
And coincidentally, there's just a Pakistani restaurant. Yeah.
If you go to Japan, visit Uncle Abu Bakr. I would die for that man.
I mean, you get 4 stacks of that.
Day 5, the plan was Akihabara. On day 5, I decided to start a TikTok ASMR coffee account.
You really got a 7-Eleven egg sandwich for breakfast, bro.
Made our way to Akihabara since it was a rainy day. That and this dog cafe that Yusra really wanted to go to that was there. Made our way over to the dog cafe, and as a person who is deathly afraid of dogs, I wasn't too scared of them. Maybe because they were very small, I guess.
Hey, buddy.
No?
So tiny.
Right? Look at it. Hey, my boy.
After that, me and Taaha went over to this camera store where I wanted to find some legendary premium Superia. Sadly, it was only one per person since Fuji hates all of us. So we got it. Probably won't shoot it for a bit, but we got it. After that, we went to the arcade, and something about the arcade on a rainy day just hits different.
I gave you a boost that one time.
Man, yo, he's trash. Yo, trash.
We did go to another area to thrift, and I did get some pictures there. And after that, we tired and exhausted, we just got some McDonald's to end the night. Day 6 was a very eventful day. I decided to only take my T2 since I was kind of tired of carrying around 2 cameras and like flipping back and forth between the two. So yeah, T2 only, day 6. After everyone woke up, we went to Mount Fuji, which was over an hour train ride. Took a taxi over to Lake Kawaguchi, and this is where I don't have much video because I dropped my Sony in the back of the taxi like an idiot, like an absolute freaking idiot. You might ask, why didn't you record on your phone? Well, because I thought all hope was lost. I thought the taxi driver was gone. I thought this video was not going to be made. I just didn't want to record. I was like sulking at Lake Kawaguchi while Mount Fuji was stuck in the clouds. So that scene couldn't even make me happy. So I was just sitting there, right? And Yusra was like, oh, you can be upset if you want. And I'm like, nah, I'm not upset. I just don't want to talk to anyone, right? It was just so dumb. But I didn't really think there would be a point in recording since it was our last full day there. So I just pressed down on those very sad vibes. And I wanted to make the most of my pictures with my T2. So now you're probably wondering, how was this video even made? We walked a mile down Lake Kawaguchi to find a taxi to head back to the train station to head back to Tokyo. And wouldn't you know it, the same taxi driver was waiting for us with my camera in hand. An absolute legend of a human being. I swear to God, he told us that he was trying to find us the whole time we're at Lake Kawaguchi. And then I don't know, it was just, he was waiting for us because he knew we would be there, as he said. But absolute legend. Got my camera back. So yeah, I'm grateful. Got back to Tokyo and we went back to that halal ramen shop in Ibisu and we just enjoyed kind of our final night there.
I'm very tired. I'm very hungry. Because you started taking food pictures. You suck at
Are you
taking food
hungry?
pictures,
Are
bro.
you hungry? Are you excited?
Back to Narita and got the 12-hour flight back home. That's it. 6-ish days, 7 days in Japan. I wouldn't mind going back, more so if there wasn't a 14-hour flight in the way, you know. But those egg salad sandwiches I got every morning and the 7-Eleven fresh coffee really do make a good argument for me to go back and getting through that flight, honestly. So yeah, hopefully one day I do get to go back for round 2. I hope you guys liked the pictures I took, and if you didn't, please don't tell me. I don't want to get my feelings hurt. But if you guys have some criticism, let me know. I always love some constructive criticism. It means a lot to me. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope I catch you guys next time.